Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Patricia Stuart of Patricia Stuart Originals. You know, last night I went to bed with, I had about 3 colors that popped up in my mind. It was black, white, some neutrals, and then a pop of color. So I went through my stash of pull prints, and I said, well, do I really need to go and do fresh prints of these colors that I'm thinking of? So I went through the stash because I have so many. It seems to make sense to try to create using some of what I already have. And so I stayed within black, white, neutrals, and after I gathered those together, I came across a print that I had, and I started cutting circles. It had a pop of color. I didn't want color that would overwhelm what I was doing, that there would be a contrast, yet it would be subtle enough, yet obvious enough. And so here we have it. So, and if I move this, all the pieces are going to go flying. I'm going to secure them with some matte medium. But before I do that, some of these pieces, this one I did in an earlier video of some writings of my grandfather. And this piece here is dated back to 1922. Right? And so that's a copy of some writings from my grandfather. And I have some slither of music note paper in here. And these were mark makings where I put splatters of paint on the gel plate and just laid my computer paper on top. And when I lifted it up, I had like these markings. And this is from another print that I did way back. And so on the black papers of mark making, one of the videos I've done before, I talked about just keeping a collection, a file of mark makings on black paper, neutral papers, white paper, and I was able to refer back to a marking I had done, and I was able to duplicate it. And I did the same with these. And so this here, if you can see it, was part of a letter that my grandmother and her best friend, they were writing letters back and forth. And so this part is from a top of the letter, introduction to the letter. And this letter was written in, I think I said 1930s or something like that. And then this piece here, I can move it and show you, is part of a corner of a map. And this map was from 1956. So I have some old mixed in with new, the old and the new blending in together. And I'm going to secure these down. I had cut circles in different sizes where my pop of color to bring this collage piece together. And so I'm going to secure it down and come right back. So here we go. This is with the matting on it, of course, the pieces glued in place and arranged. Sometimes it's good to pre-arrange your pieces. There are times I might just throw caution to the wind and do a piece of collage work, but this one really needed me to think it through, and here is the finished product. And so we don't always have to start with fresh gel pulls. Once you have a good amount in your stash, it's good to go through that stash, come up with at least three colors that would complement each other, and then choose another color that would give sort of a little burst of color to the whole thing. And so those of you who may have quite a few gel prints that you have pulled with all kinds of prints and designs, it's good to start putting those together in pieces, whether you're going to do something that's of a collage work or painterly fashion. But I'm sure you have enough to do several different pieces of artwork, whether it's a collage card. You have quite a bit. And don't think that any of your pieces are, well, less than attractive or beautiful, because what I've learned, my grandfather's clock is so loud. What I have learned is that if I look at those pieces of artwork as an isolated piece of art, I'm going to make certain judgments about it. I might have chosen the colors that I wanted, but it didn't come out well, or it was too much of a muddy print, and I start making judgments about it. But if you hold on to those pieces and you cut them maybe in shapes, like I did with these circles, and you start to put them together with other things, now you start to gain a different perspective, because those pieces don't necessarily have to stand alone. Combined with other things, those pieces now are brought out in a different way. So hold on to those prints, don't give up on them so quickly, and find other colors that will bring them out and use them as accent pieces that you can cut in shapes. You can use small bits and pieces here and there. And don't forget with the mark making, because just on black paper, simple mark making can make a difference in your work. Or if you're using white paper and black marks, it can make a difference in your work. So it's about, collage work is about combining things together to make a complete piece, something that has a beautiful aesthetic. And that's what I like about collage work. The pieces don't stand alone, but when they come together, it makes for a nice work of art. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch these videos. Thanks again.